The first enemy of success is success. Now, one of the things I always tell my friends, which I have gotten some new people now, is this, that between two mountains of success, there's a valley of failure. If you're ever on top here, you are coming down here next. Whether you like it or yes, it is automatic. After here, you're going up. There is nobody that has stayed up. Now, when you go up, it's hard work. Now, when you get here, complacency sets in. Once complacency sets in, you don't know. Before you had maybe 1 million, you can manage like 1 million, 800,000, you can manage 400, you can manage. You will now begin to live on past glory, on past, yes. Yes, you get that before, I can do it again. But meanwhile, all your energy are dissipated. So you gradually start going down. When you go down, the problem is that to climb up the next hill, you don't know how steep it is. So to climb up is more difficult. Yes. So the only way to move from one mountain to another mountain is to build a bridge. Yeah? And what is a bridge? A bridge is people. Now, if you want results in 3 months, plant corn. If you want results, because in 3 months you plant the corn will come out. Instant businesses. If you want results in 1 year, plant yam. Yam, you can harvest it, boil some, roast some, cook some. But if you want result of a lifetime, plant men. Men. So you deliberately have to grow men. Deliberately. Not as an assumption for different things. Because when you become weak here, these people are the ones that will carry you. 1 Samuel chapter 22, verse 1 to 2. David escaped into the camp of Abdullah and then from his father's house, who were in debt, distressed, and discontented. He became their captain. There were 400 of them. So these men were in debt, distressed, and discontented. He built these men, and 1 Chronicles chapter 11, verse 10, he says, and these were the mighty men of David who came to stand with David. The same men with him in Abdullah. To complicate matters, he said, I wish I could drink from the well of Bethlehem. And 3 men broke down the guards, and when these were the men he had trained, he had gotten to the point whereby they had taken his wife and taken his children. These men wanted to stone him because he had built them up. Now, if not because he had good leadership skill, it would have been in a big mess at that point in time. So, for him to become king, he needed to build mighty men. You don't eat alone. You don't eat alone. So what did I do? Now, looking at this, I went back to Genesis. Genesis chapter 1, when God finished the Garden of Eden, 29, verse chapter 1, 29, he says, and he told unto Adam, I've given you everything for meat. But he gave him restrictions. He said, guy, don't touch this one, but this one you can trouble. So there was profit sharing. Now, when you don't share profit with your staff, they become your next competition. They become your next competition. So, like me, when I knew that I was building men, everybody that has worked with me, my group managing director is 42 years old as at now. The guy was, in short, he became a graduate while we were in the office. And my office was, my bedroom was my office, his dining table was his office. Approval was done by Yahoo Messenger. That's how we used to do approvals at those days. Now, his wife is an architect. She works in ATO Consulting. She was a junior director. Right now, that boy has grown. So what did I do? Because I have trained him well enough. So I decided to plan my continuity, my legacy plan. And what did I do? I built him a house in Abuja, a duplex in Abuja. I gave him a car, and I also gave him 10% share of a subsidiary. And I did to all the senior managers the same thing. Where do they want to go? I needed to have a meeting with all the teams. So like 7 o'clock, I'm in Lagos for a meeting at Ikeja. By 8:39, I'm at the airport flying to Abuja. Yes, I land 12 o'clock Abuja, do my meeting by 1 o'clock, finish by 2 on my way. I'm going to Jos. I'm sleeping in Jos that night. When I finish in Jos, the next morning, I drive to Kari. The team in Maiduguri pick me up at Kari. We have our meeting in Maiduguri, 8 p.m. that night. Next morning, I'm off to Kano. Finish in Kano, 2 o'clock, I'm on a flight down to Lagos, enter Lagos, turn around to Port Harcourt, sleep in Port Harcourt that night, finish Port Harcourt, then drive to Warri, go to Warri, then from Warri, go to Ibadan.
What was
come
your
back to
pay
Lagos.
like?
My pay? I did not live for pay. I was living for experience. My pay was less than 150K. I said, remember, my father was killed. So passion had eaten me up. Okay. I had been disowned. So these were people that loved me. Yes. Yes. So now this now became, yes. It had now become my own family. I was disowned. Yes. So this was where the people that accepted me. It was when UBA now was merging with STB. They now said they were looking for a new CSO. So I was headhunted to come down. I had learnt a lot from a lot of people, a lot of companies. It was at this time that I needed to take that decision. What was that decision? I said it is either I get a new job or I got to start a company. That the only way the parachute would come out was to take the risk. Now, everything I had learned passion from Pahex Security Company, working day and night. I had learned technology from Alarm Center. I had learned business in Halogen Security. And I also learned corporate governance from Excel. So I learned all the things I needed to learn. It was not left for me to practice it. So I now said, okay, the first thing I needed to do was, okay, to decide what will be my target. Because it is my target that determines my direction. My direction will determine my association. So my target at this point was, if I was going to make any sense in anything I'm doing, I needed to put a target to myself. So I wrote with my hand 100 million naira as my target. So I wrote 100 million naira and I put it on the wall. Now, our bed at that point in time was on the floor, and I always used to face the wall. So I put
your bed at home?
Yes, at home. So I put it and I faced the wall, 100 million naira. I put it on my ceiling, 100 million naira. I put it on this wall, 100 million naira. I put it here. So everywhere I turned my eyes, everywhere, my bathroom, my toilet, but in my immediate environment, all my wristwatches, everything was reading 100 million naira. An alarm is set on my phone every 30 minutes. So once I hear it, it automatically reminds me, this book of the law shall not depart out of thy sight. Thou shalt meditate upon it day and night, to observe to do according to all that is written there, where thou shalt have. If thou shalt meditate, thou shalt have. Now, so my thing there is that I now started thinking about 100 million. Now, anybody that comes with 10,000, 2,000, 100,000 naira business does not work. So now that now made me to look, okay, what kind of business does not work? If you bring a business of 100,000 naira to me, don't come near me. It's waste of executive time. Yes. I won't listen to you.
Yes. But the journey of 1,000 miles begins this time.
Yeah, see, yes. You see? No, see, even apart from that, thank God that I even spent some time. There are two things that are necessary for me to change. One was my target, and that target was 100 million.
And no time?
No, there was time. Now, my time was 1 year.
Wow. No time now?
Yes.
1 year is 12 months.
Yes. So if I'm going to do this kind of target, then everything has to change.
And every minute
now,
counts.
yes. So this one determines my direction, and this one determines my association. So if you are not in that
Which
line,
one determines your association?
my direction.
Okay.
Yes. My direction is.
Yes.
Yes. So when I said I wanted 100 million, I only walked around the people I needed to get the 100 million.
Yes.
Your next 100 million could be sitting here.
Yes.
That's all.
Yes.
Every time I go out on security operations, the people we arrest or we have to encounter are young people. Now, from the statistics, Nigeria, 70% of our population are youth under 45. Now, when they 75%, yes. Now, the challenge is that people don't know what that number is. So let us assume from the old census report there is 180 million people. So 75% are 135 million people are under 45. Now, the report from the Presidential Committee on Job Creation says 40% of these people cannot be employed. That means 62.5 million people cannot be employed because they don't have skill. No skill.
They are unemployable.
Yes, unemployable. That is where the justification of Nigerian youths are lazy comes from. But, and you know, for me, one of the things, I learned every success principle I have from the Bible. And the Bible says that the castle is protected, but there's a spider in the bedroom. So what I do is that I try to get to your bedroom. So if I know that you are 20, through social media, I will attack you. There's even said also that there's the lizard will enter, that there's a guard at the gate. So from there, what I do is I'm able to pass the back and get to your sons and begin to change their mindsets from this early. So now, that changed the way I thought, the way I do things. So, okay, now, while they are getting it, so these were my targets. I know everybody has smartphones. So how do I get to them now? So I now said, okay, the easiest way to get is on IG, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Now, Snapchat. I'm not a fan of Snapchat. Yes. So, Snapchat. You do Snapchat. Yes, you see, that's a demography. So what I did was to put this and also WhatsApp.
Now,
So
WhatsApp is linked to your contacts
yes.
and their contacts.
So what I did now is that I set up a social media team. And this social media team is head. I have a content unit, I have a media unit, I have a distribution unit. So once pictures, videos are taken, he as video will take the video and then we'll send it up here. And then content will add the content and they send it to distribution. Under distribution, there are different groups. So that I now get a social media team and I put them under groups. So I have like, under one group, I have like 10. I have under 10. So once in the content is prepared, in the morning it is sent to these groups. So by 9 o'clock, everybody knows that you have to post. Once it is 9 o'clock, once that thing is dropped in the content, in the mother sites, that is the Ubon King Foundation, everybody screen grabs from them and send. So in 1 hour, you will have 150,000 people seeing that post at that time. So when you open your phone, you just see it run down. Ubon King, register. And it takes at least 7 impressions before somebody takes a decision. Yes, you may not have known me today. You have seen here, you hear. So
Well, I just need one. That is just knowing you today is good enough.
Remember, you cannot grow beyond your imagination.
our problem is not our location. Our problem is our thinking. I refuse to be poor. I refuse to be second-class citizen. I refuse to be intimidated. It is what you agree you have.
If you can think enough, what you have is more than enough.
Be fruitful, multiply, replenish, and subdue. Build this whole earth. Pain is the down payment for gain. If you are still satisfied in that face start play out, so be it.
Prepare for disruption. Thinkation is loading.
How hungry are you? Come on! I came to unleash people in this house. That's why they say
Thinkation 2020. Bigger and better. Do not be left out.